Hmm. Hey, Kai Brown.
Hey, Coach David.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing, I'm doing pretty well so far. How about yourself?
Excuse me. Same.
How
I,
you
I,
doing?
hey, Willa, how are you?
I'm good. I'm at work, but I'm still listening in.
That's good. Did you write to me or no?
I did write to you and you responded. I just got to finish everything that you sent me.
Okay, just
hmm
curious.
I appreciate that.
Sure, absolutely.
How you
Okay.
doing?
I'm
Good.
good. And you?
Christopher.
Good morning.
Hey, Leslie.
I'm muting
Hello.
myself, David.
What?
Good
Willa?
morning, David and everyone. This is Julie Reeder.
Yeah, I
Hello.
was going to go ahead and put myself on mute.
That's okay. I appreciate that.
How you been doing?
I've been doing good.
How's wifey?
Doing good.
Good.
We're
Been,
working steadily day by day.
I've been praying for her.
Oh, well, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Rob the Power Sampson.
Hey, brother, what's happening?
How are you doing, sir?
Good job.
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry that I'm not earlier. Ah,
Earlier. You're here.
I know, but in your world, I'm late.
Well, our world currently is Eastern Standard, so
All right. Well, anyway, good to be here. Good to see you.
absolutely. You too. You keep me updated, okay?
Oh, definitely. Oh, absolutely.
Cool. And did you get your book yet?
I absolutely did. I've
Okay.
started. I've started. It's like an encyclopedia for crying out loud.
I know it's every detail of his life, and really you can visualize everything. It's really enlightening. It
Yeah, no,
makes you
I'm enjoying it already. Thank you so much for that recommendation.
sure. What the book did for me, and I'm definitely going to read it again. It's one of those things for me. Um, it makes me say, okay, what am I doing and how can I upgrade? How can I level up? How can I challenge myself? Because he only got like, I don't know what he does now, but at the time, he only got like 4 to 6 hours of sleep, maybe, you know. You'll
Right,
reach
right.
that in that book, you'll reach the point and you'll laugh what how he looks at life, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like excuses.
No, oh my no. He makes it very plain in there. You know, he came from a rough beginning, you know. So
Oh, for
beginning
sure. Yeah, no, that's he was born right after the war, and it was I believe he has parents that might or father that might not have been in the best company
yep,
there.
yep, exactly. You know. Um, but anyway, kind of like kind of sort of Rob and everybody, what the book is Total Recall, the bio from Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Okay. Everybody here has what I'm going to talk about, and it's pretty, it's, well, I was going to say commonplace, but that just means I'm rambling. Um, but everybody has a subconscious and a conscious mind. Okay. It sounds, for people that don't study it, it may sound eclectic or mysterious or strange or what, you know. But basically, you're trying to remember. There's another book. Hello, okay. It's called The Ant and the Elephant by Vince Poscente. Okay, it's not the children's book. It's called The Ant and the Elephant. Okay, you might want to. It's a fun book. It's an easy read, but it's also eye opening. Okay. Anyway, so the elephant. Okay, this now what does that have to do with acting? Especially new people here. Everything that you do in life you can refer to acting. Acting is not fake, okay? You know, like Happy Halloween, ooh, scary. Okay? That's fake. It's fun, but it's not going to get you where you need to be in this industry. And it's an actual industry, just like any other industry, doctor industry, medical industry, rather, lawyer industry, you pick. Okay. It is an actual industry that if you want to succeed at any level, you need to learn what I'm going to tell you today. You need to practice. Okay. You can't get along on your looks. Your looks change constantly, even with the magic of AI. Okay, because that's not real, and you know it, and I know it. Okay, we can doll up our pictures and stuff, but you know what? It's not real, and it's not going to be on a reel. Okay, unless all you want to do is put a reel on TikTok. But I think you guys want more than that. Okay, all right. Um, it depends. You know, there's like a handful. Everybody has a handful of something. Okay, a handful of people. That is, me handful. Okay, is George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Reese Witherspoon, Marlon Brando. You see what I'm doing? I'm naming all these famous people that are present and alive and maybe not alive anymore. Chuck Norris. Okay, there. Why did they do so much? You know, why did they succeed? I'm going to tell you today. Okay. Why did they succeed? Why? You know, oh, they got a lot of money. No, that's not how they started out. That's an excuse we use to comfort ourselves when we don't feel like working. Okay. Um, uh, they had what they call, and I just said it, I think, I know I did. There's now listen close. Okay. If you write to me, I'll send you some things to connect with what we're talking about today. Your subconscious is, well, you know what? I'm not gonna steal the show here. With the Q&A, write in what you think or believe that the subconscious is. No right or wrong answer. We're just searching. Okay, so Q&A it and send me what you think it is, what you believe it is. Thinking is believing. Anybody? Hello, Amy Robin. Yeah, what the subconscious is. And I'm not getting any feedback. It's not any wrong or right answer. It's just searching. Our inner voice. Okay, that's good. Stephanie. The voice inside us is telling us to do or to not do. Absolutely. An external entity? No. That is close, but no. It's called, let's get your best, okay, this is close and it's humorous. Your best friend or your worst enemy in your mind. Very true. Nini says, I believe it's child rearing with the thoughts of our mindset. That's accurate. Yeah. It's things that control you. What controls the reason why, and just to give you a credence and credibility for this, Johnny Depp said that 80% of all acting is psychology. The 20% is action. And it's true. There's a lot of planning, a lot of things that we do in order to, like for instance, today, okay, you're going to walk away with something. What you do with it will depend on your habits. I just gave it away. Your subconscious, picture this, excuse me, your subconscious is a big cereal bowl, okay? It has an open top. Hello, it's a bowl, right? And it has a big bowl. And when you're young, you are told a lot of yeses, a lot of no's, more no's usually. And you can do this, but you can't do that. And maybe it comes with an explanation, maybe it doesn't. You just believe what you believe because you were told that this is true. Whether it's true or not is immaterial between the ages of 1 and 7. This is why little children are innocent and, for instance, they get roles and they just play it, or they can just memorize lines because they were never told they couldn't. They were never told that they couldn't. And then as we get older, after age 7, everything we collected in that big cereal bowl, okay, is habits, is beliefs, our BS, belief system. And then we are controlled by that. Now, here's the thing. I'm summing it up really simple here because I've done a lot of years of research on this as an actor. Because the more you understand yourself, the more characters you can play. Then you develop those into habits. Well, I can't do that. Why? Well, my dad said I couldn't, or my grandmother said I could. I should. You got to watch out. You got to be careful out there. You can't take things too seriously, or don't count your eggs before they hatch, which has nothing to do with anything except farming. If you look it up, it is your inner voice, like Kai Brown said. You're partially right, Julie, when you said external entity. It's what you've learned from the outside, okay? And this limits you. You know, if you ever want to know what a famous actor or actress, how did they do that? How did they get there, right? They fought their BS. They changed their BS by doing something different than they usually do, okay? Because your conscious mind, okay, your conscious mind are things that we do all the time. We do all the time, and that's where our yes and no comes in, okay? So here's the thing. I'm going to give you an answer without all the education. I'm going to have you, if you want, to pick the fruit without examining the roots, as they say, okay? Examining roots are great, but just pick the fruit now. Just pick the fruit and write these down, quote, put them in your phone, whatever you're doing. If you're on the road driving, focus on driving. This is all recorded. Okay.
Absolutely.
But
with an understanding that.
And if you have questions, just feel free to put it in the Q&A. Okay. Yeah. Nini said, I promise that good habits for sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Examine your habits. If you want to become a great actor and get paid for it, you know what you do? I'll tell you what you do. You examine yourself. Okay. Like, for instance, okay, one moment, please. Background noise, please keep it at a minimum. Thank you. So what you have is you have your subconscious with either works for or against you. Hold it. I have a book over here that's going to help you. I'm going to show it to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not a boring book. Okay. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Okay. It's a doctor, Joseph Murphy. Okay. And it is a very good book. It's an easy read. It's, in fact, I'll show you. I'll show you best I can. It's 137 pages. Okay. It's not that long. Okay. But it's a fantastic book. You get it at thrift books for about $6. But if you can master your habits, see, we're creatures of habit. Okay. If you want to be a good actor, I got an idea. In the Q&A, I want you to tell me, and don't hold back. Okay. That never does anything except hold us back. Tell me what kind of, don't say famous. I don't want to know. Famous is fickle. Okay. Online and offline, which is real life. But tell me what kind of, the first thing comes to your mind, what kind of actor or actress do you want to become? Don't say famous. Go in the line of psychological thriller. Go in the line of horror. Go in the line of family films. Go in the line of TV shows. Whatever it is, okay? Put it in the chat. I want to become a, I want to become a Christopher Lloyd. I want to become impactful. That's good. That's not what I'm looking for. Meaning, I'm looking for specifics. What kind? Let's start here. What kind of movies do you love to watch more than any other? Yes, we all love all kinds of movies. But where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself in comedy, dramedy? Do you see yourself on stage? Do you see yourself musicals on stage? How do you see yourself? And we're gonna use those as jumping off points. Okay. So we got let me see. Okay, a Christian leader. That's good. a Christian leader. I see myself as a public. It's coming in too fast now. This is good. People are participating. Nini said, I consider myself a speaker as Maya Angelou. That's interesting. Are you out there? Can you speak there, Nini? No? Okay. You can write to me. Other people are saying, trying to catch up here. You guys are just great. Let me see. I'm looking. A good actor. Okay, that's general. Woman of substance. That's good, but it's general. Action. Okay, let's pick on Stephanie Bailey. Action, drama, horror, and comedy. Those are different genres. Okay, let me ask you something. Let's narrow the field. Okay, everybody listen close. Okay, Stephanie Bailey, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. What is your favorite out of that? If you had to choose, like choosing a pair of shoes, you have action, drama, horror, or comedy. What would be the first one?
I'd rather be funny. I'd rather do comedy first.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you, why would you like to do comedy first?
Only because I think we need more of it.
That's a very good thing to say. Absolutely. So you see things are too serious sometimes.
I know by myself, I watch too much of the action drama, the NCIS and the CSI and Criminal Minds. I watch all
So,
these cop shows.
so you are a lighthearted individual, are you?
I guess,
Do you like to laugh?
for sure.
Do you like to engage in conversation and tell jokes and be the life of the party?
I don't know about the life of the party, but yeah, I'd be at the party.
Okay. All right. See, you want to participate in something that is funny or witty or humorous, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Where did you learn that from? What kind of, you can divulge anything you want or not, but where do you get that from? What side of the family do you get that from? That zaniness, that laughing, that comedy. Where do you get it from?
That's a good question because me and my mom are very different.
Okay.
She watches like Hallmark, um, and ever since I was young, I watched all the sitcoms. You know, I watched Happy Days, Three's Company, Eight is
Okay.
Enough.
Okay. Okay. So you are, there's a reason, okay? Everybody here, including myself, is full of BS, belief systems, okay? So where you lean towards, here's the thing, and it connects with the subconscious, conscious. I'm not going to get involved too much into that. Just get this book, okay? I'll send you a picture of it if you want to write to me. But the reason why we gravitate towards this or that is because we believe we can do that. Now I'm speaking of you as a performer, actor, singer, whatever you're going for. Okay. We lean towards what we're good at or what we think and believe we're good at. Okay. All right. And therefore we try that. Now, the things that we don't believe we're good at, that has a backstory too, just like a character in a movie. That has a backstory too. Well, I don't know if I can do that, but I can do this, right? Somewhere along the line, you learned or someone said, you're great at this. You're good at this. I'm so proud of you. Maybe when you were a teenager or a little tyke or whatever. But then somewhere along the line, someone came along with some kind of influence, whether it be a teacher, I don't know, a boss or whatever. You can't do that. That's not allowed here. Or, all of a sudden, the powers that be said you couldn't, and you believed it at one point, and that's why you believe that you can't do it. Okay. Rob the Power Samson. I want to be a comical superhero character. We've met online personally, so I can see that. Why would you be comical, and why do you want to be a superhero? Rob?
Well, yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Well, uh, it's just something that's fascinating to me. And I can tell you why the comical end. I can tell you how that happened.
Okay.
Uh, as a little kid, go to the back then. If you wanted to see a movie, you actually had to go to the movies. It wasn't on TV on the three channels we had on TV.
Right.
Anyway, so my father, he would take us there, and one of his favorite actors was Peter Sellers, Pink Panther.
Oh, yeah.
And I can still remember, him, us, the family in the theater, and Peter Sellers would do something funny. My father would start laughing, and he would be laughing into the next scene, and he would get the entire theater laughing from his contagious laughter. And it just stuck with me. And then at late at night, he'd watch Johnny Carson, and he would start cracking up. And my brother and I would be in bed, but we would hear him hysterical laughing, and my brother and I would start laughing. So my dad was kind of like my superhero in a lot of ways, and I don't want to. If we have time and you want me to share, I can share that part. So I'm kind of it's kind of coming from that him and that side of the family, his what he achieved, and to me he was a superhero, how he did it, and then of course his comical, his sense of humor and his laugh was just unbelievable. So
I
there
love
you
it.
have it. If
Yeah,
that
thank
makes any sense.
Oh, it does tremendously. There's so much content in there. It's ridiculous. But so at some point, I'm going to use this word. You can deny it or accept it. I have no control over that. But we do idolize people. We don't put them up as idols, but we idolize. We gravitate towards others because we want to fit into a certain society based upon what we believe over time. Okay? Put it this way. We have a thought. And that thought, if we think it enough, we start to believe it. And the more we believe it, the more we have confidence in that direction. And then we act it out. And then we put it on stage, or we put it in a film, or we put it in voiceovers. And then that becomes, unless we switch our beliefs, which is not always easy, then we start to act it out. Our lifestyle becomes that. You wake up and you think about being a comical superhero character. You watch movies about that. You watch, um, uh, you listen to things. You watch whatever. Okay, you're taking it in. Whatever you think about the most of all, you become that. Now, here's the thing: we have a lot of thoughts. I think like there is. You have to look this up. Don't quote me, but women have 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. Okay. And men have like not a lot. Okay. It's not that we're dumb. It's that we're created differently. Okay. But the idea is choose a thought. Today, I'm giving you something real practical to do today. Become the actor that you want to become, and acting coach David at gmail.com. You can write to me. But um, take one of these foreign things. I'm joking, okay? Paper, dollar store, and a pen. I'm doing that for emphasis because that's how we actually learn. Not getting into that unless you want to do a Zoom call with me, then we can talk. But anyway, so write down the kind of character that you want to play. Okay. And of course, there's there's crime movies, series. There's Chicago Fire. I'm reading people. I can be, I can see myself as a Christian show being a praise and worship leader. Okay, everybody has these what you call as the SpongeBob says, imagination. Okay, you have to control your imagination,
Yeah.
and where you ask yourself, oh my, this is so important. where do I want to go? Where do I want to go in this business? This also goes, I'll tell you, this also goes with money. Well, you got to work hard and then you die. No, that's what some people think, Well, money's hard to come by. Okay, you just BS'd yourself. That's really good. I got to remember that. You just BS'd yourself. Because is money hard to come by, or haven't you
Yeah.
found the right way yet? Okay. Yep. As you're drinking your latte that costs $8 or whatever at the Starbucks, yep, money's hard to come by. Okay, you do that 5 times a week. Money's hard to come by. Really? No, you found a way to get your coffee. Okay. I hope this is making sense. But I want you to write down exactly what kind, take your time, slow down, get off TikTok, get off the train of scrolling, okay? And write down for your own self what kind of actor or actress or performer, or one of my students is a stand-up comedian, what kind of person do you want to become in this industry? Because guess what? Right now, just like me, you're becoming something. You are. You're becoming something, and that's called a habit. The more you do something, the more you become it. So write down today what kind of person you want to become in this industry, and then learn. It's not enough for enthusiasm. It needs to, I'll give you an example. Okay, here. This is called work. Kai Brown says, I see myself as a serious martial arts fighter and a joyful brother and uncle. Okay, let's take the first part. Okay, martial arts fighter. Recently, I have new friends. We had new friends. One of them worked with, Pete's. Where did he work with? Chucky. What does he work with? Name some.
Oh, he's worked with Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
He's worked with there's so many I can't even.
There's a lot. Okay. This is called work. Serious martial arts. Okay. If you want to be a serious martial arts fighter in a movie such as Jackie Chan, and believe it or not, they still make those, or Chuck Norris, you're going to have to do what they call work. You're going to have to do what they call pain. Okay. This is why it's so important to write it down. If you keep it up here or put it on Facebook, you're going to look for likes and loves and hearts, and you'll be validated, but you won't do crap. Okay. Pardon my language. You won't do anything. You need to write it down, commit it to yourself. I tell my students to do this all the time. It's so important to journal what you want to become. Oh, I don't have time, David. Well, then keep doing what you're doing and see how far it gets you. Okay. Leslie Ann says, I would love to play a nurse. I have 45-year experience. Leslie, I remember our conversation from last time. Leslie, give us a rundown of the typical life in the life of a day in the life of a nurse.
Oh boy. Well, once you get to work, you hit the ground running.
Okay.
And we used to see up to 40 to 45 patients a day.
Whoa.
I
Okay.
worked urgent care at the time.
Wow.
And you don't get a chance to sit down very often. You are giving shots, drawing blood, starting IVs. It's a very rewarding job, tough, but very rewarding.
Okay. What kind of rewards? I get the tough part, but we all do things in life, no matter what it is, because we expect it to have a feeling. Okay. So what kind of rewards is it?
Seeing the patients get well.
Good.
That's the main thing. Watching them leave happy.
Oh.
Yeah, they're happy to go.
And knowing that you had something to do with it.
Yes.
Yeah. You had something,
I
not to
sure
interrupt, but you had something to, now, Leslie, stay on the line here for a minute, and I want everybody to listen. And Choose Your Own Adventure used to be a book like that for kids' book, Choose Your Own Adventures. But in life, you do that. So what, Leslie Ann Bernhardt, what caused you to, what desire was in your heart, what kind of BS belief system was in your heart and mind to become a nurse? Why did you do it?
Well, I've always wanted to be a nurse ever since I was a child
What was your
because
first
I,
influence?
pardon?
I'm sorry, you get me excited. What was your first influence?
Um, Believe it or not, the doctor that lived across the street from us, he used to, when I was a little older, he used to bring me in to work with him and explain what he was doing. Would talk to me about nursing world, doctor world, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people, and I wanted to be in the thick of things.
Oh, okay. That's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for this goal that you've allowed us, that you've shared with us, because
You're welcome.
so your Leslie's experience. Well, number one, she had a good mentor. She had a good influence. Okay, that laid some groundwork in her faith heart and her desire. Okay, to become that. Okay. And you can use the same thing. You can use me, you can use other people at 99, the coaches and that, and they become influencers if you allow them. Okay. Now here's the
Okay.
thing. Changing your BS, which is what you're used to in your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, it takes time. And here's a fascinating thing, okay? Give you a visual so you understand it. Leslie, probably your noses. But your brain, when you're first born, is all smooth, okay? It's all smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you haven't learned anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you learn a little in the womb, but here, as you develop beliefs and things, it becomes kind of like furrows, okay? As you've seen the picture of the brain, okay?
Oh yeah.
Everybody, one time or another. And those, when you change your habits, this goes with smokers and things, but if you change your habit, instead of watching TV, I'm going to read a book on acting. I'm going to go out and see a play physically and sit down in a seat and pay for a ticket. And you might feel a little excited but uncomfortable. Why? Because you're used to a certain groove, like the Grand Canyon. You're used to going in the same direction, same direction, same direction, same direction. Okay. A lot of times when I tell my students, you want to change what's up here, you got to change what you do with your body, which helps you develop more creativity when you approach a character, audition for.
Okay.
I tell them, number one, do it at home or a place that you're very familiar with. That way you don't fall. Walk backwards everywhere you go. Sounds
Oh,
weird. You walk
it does.
back. Yeah, and you start to feel, you have your quads in the front, but you also have
Mm-hmm.
hamstrings in the back, and you start to feel a little bit challenged or uncomfortable maybe, and you
Mm-hmm.
walk from heel to toe. This is almost toe to heel, kind of like tap dancers, what they learn. So if you do that, that will put a different type of thought in your mind. Okay.
Oh.
Little things like that. If you're right-handed, not ambidextrous so much, whatever hand you favor, do it with the
Mm-hmm.
opposite hand. Brush your teeth with the opposite hand. Wash your hair with the opposite hand. Hold your coffee cup with a different, hand. Whatever. You start to be
Uh-huh.
more creative, because people who, and I'm telling you, I just remembered. I read an article about. I'm just going to say the brain, which is essentially what you use when you act, okay, with the body.
Mm-hmm.
Write to me and I'll send you this article. It's fascinating. But the more you exercise, not just physically, but the more you do things differently or you take a different way to work, okay, just because you
Mm-hmm.
can, okay, you end up creating new furrows in your brain, new creativity, which creates more positive attitudes and things like that. And it also fights dementia. It fights depression. It fights a lot of negative things that can happen. Just by you making a little turn. It's like an axis. The Earth has an axis, and it's kind of at an angle a little bit, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how much? Where did I learn this? Oh, Tony Robbins. you just a little bit, not a big change. Okay. Chances are good you probably won't want to do it again. Just a little shift, a little shift, a little shift. There's a movie, again, write to me, actingcoachdavid@gmail.com. But there's a movie with Wayne Dyer called The Shift. It's a very good movie, actually. He made it in 2014 or 13 because he died in 2016. But it's a very good one. Nini, very smart. Here you go. I love it. Nini says, I call it set an atmosphere of change. I like that. I'm going to write that down. Set an atmosphere of change. Okay. And isn't that what characters do? Okay. They in a movie and on a play, their environment changes, scenes, hello, okay, and then the atmosphere changes, which is emotional and mental, how you feel, okay, and you end up having fun when you change. Change is not a chance; it's a choice. Change isn't a chance; it's a choice. You make a choice, like you guys made a choice to jump here, jump on here, and I hope you're getting something out of this. Here's another change. Eugene says, I want to be part of an artistic community. Okay. What are you doing to be part of an artistic community? Eugene, you there? Eugene?
Yes.
What are you thinking about doing or doing to be part of an artistic community?
Well, I was an art teacher for 30 years.
Oh, cool.
I lived in an art studio for 5, 6, and was with many artists. I'm also a jazz musician, so I'm up against the community, and I can play somewhat fairly good. I'm an amateur, but I can still play with the pros a couple tunes at a time. I practice the guitar every day. I do my art. I have a lot of art. And I was teaching, so I'm pretty comfortable with being up front and communicating with kids, that kind of thing. And being a jazz musician, in front of an audience. So that's kind of where, and I feel I'd fit in with the artist type people.
Where do you live?
I live in I live on the South Florida. It's a little place called Englewood. I lived in Minneapolis for quite a while, and then I retired, and I've been here 7 years. But
wow. Okay.
I joined your group here because I wanted to change.
Yeah.
And I feel I've got some skills.
Yeah. Yeah. So how old are you?
I'm 74.
74. Okay. Are you having also a creative life, something that brings a smile to you and other people?
Well, I go to jazz jams.
Okay.
On Wednesdays. So I'm with a community of musicians.
Okay, good.
Most of them pros, of course. So that's why I kind of play with them, because I want to fit in with them. And it makes me struggle because these jazz tunes are very difficult to learn.
Okay.
So, I'm working on Green Dolphin Street and Yesterdays, and I have 7, 8 guitars.
I gotta tell you something, which you already know, but it just came to me. Okay, playing an instrument such as a guitar, for one example, okay, it actually produces new furrows in your brain. It actually causes you to be able to create more. Okay, there's something about music, Eugene. Tell me if I'm wrong. That actually extends your creativity.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
How does it do that? To the best of your knowledge.
It's a chat because it becomes a challenge. And when you have a challenge, I think you want something that you don't have. And so it makes you a creative way to find how to do it. Be it read it, listen to it, play it, watch other musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, like acting, I wanted to be in Tulsa Kings. That's what they had asked me to. They said, maybe you could be in Tulsa Kings. Well, I'm thinking my age. Well, I don't look 74, to be honest with you.
Makes sense considering what you've done.
And then I said, of course you can't be a star. I don't want to be a star. I want to be part of that. I mean, if I could be in some sort of situation, sitting at a table or whatever, looking like I fit in.
Let me bounce off of that, okay? You're giving us gold today, so thank you. You're talking about Tulsa King,
Yeah.
okay? Now just think of the iconic Sylvester Stallone, okay? He's if you know something about his past, if you don't look it up, it's on YouTube. So put Sly Stallone's bio, and you'll get
Okay.
it. Okay, how he started out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like $106 in the bank, and he was trying to convince people to do his movie. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But think about this, okay? So you or someone here, okay, whether you have experience in this business or not, okay, you also have what they call an opportunity. Now, for instance, I would love to go to the gym today and deadlift 500 pounds. You would find me in the hospital. I can't do that, okay? It would be great. I would feel tremendous. No, David, be realistic. Number one, get a trainer. Specifics. Talking with you guys, be specific. Okay, Planet Fitness has trainers. I believe they're free with the membership. So you hire a trainer, right? And
Right.
whether or not you pay for it or whatever, you're investing in yourself. And then after a while, you want. And I have one of my students is a trainer. He lives in Texas. He's an actor. Too. But you have to build up to something. Believe, and I'm not saying you can't. So many things fantastic can happen in this industry if you step out of your comfort zone. But I'm going to say this: probably not. Probability, percentage wise, you are not going to show yourself. And I've heard it happen maybe 3 times. One was with Julia Roberts. Okay, but you present yourself. I want you. You are the new co-star of Tulsa King. Here,
Yeah.
meet Mr. Stallone. How you doing? I like you. Let's go to lunch. No, it's not going to happen like that. Okay?
Well, no, I don't expect that.
And no, I know, but I'm talking people's and I'll tell you why this happens to us. It's because of this. Because we scroll, but we don't read. We glance, but we don't comprehend what we're looking at. I was doing that for a little bit today, and I stopped myself. I could not tell you the things that I saw, maybe 1 or 2, and it wasn't even worth my time anyway. One of those bizarre alien shorts that they put on here on Facebook. Oh, there must be aliens. Look at that one. It's standing right next to a man. It's 10 feet tall. No. Okay. It's like, why?
Well, they say we see over 700,000 images a day.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I did not know that.
We're being ruled by the algorithm. Oh, excuse me.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead. What'd you say? What?
We're being ruled by the algorithms.
I like you already, Nini. I've sent. Please write to me, okay?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's so intelligent. 7 now, guys. Who's leading this now? 700,000 images. This is why we can't. This is why. Oh my. Breathe. This is why someone do with your type. Everybody has a different type, different DNA. There's 23 chromosomes, okay? Has nothing to do with that. It's your ability or inability to focus on exactly what you want. Like, remember we said at the beginning? I said, what would be your favorite role? Stephanie Bailey said comedy. She leaned towards comedy. She had other ideas, but her heart, for some reason, said comedy. Okay? So take it from, here's what you do. Here's something so practical, okay? And I'm right there with you. I'm a human being as well. Just said I've done a few things that you may have not done. And that's why I'm here. And thank you, 99. But look, you see this thing? Everybody can see it. It's a phone, okay? Set it down. Don't pick it up. Don't have 700,000 potential useless images in your head. No wonder we get so tired when we do a bunch of nothing. You know, get out and do something that means something to you. Take an improv class. Attend all the coaching here on 99. Go see a physical play. Oh my, it's so important. Go see a physical play as a physical theater. Okay, you might even get a chance to meet some of the actors. Feed off of, you know how we have a feed on here? Don't feed off of 700,000. You're not an algorithm. You're a human being. Set it down. Hopefully, some of you will do this. But set it down and go out. Go for a walk. We go for a walk every day.
Yep.
Go to the beach if you're fortunate enough to do that. Go do something. Go take up kickboxing. Okay? Whatever you can do physically, do it. Okay? Because because your brain will have new thoughts and you'll have new pleasures and new things to do. Okay? And then you'll become the actor that you want to become. If you're like Stephanie Bailey and you want to be an actor for comedy, go watch comedies, not just on TV or YouTube or whatever. Go to a physical place, spend the $15 or whatever that you normally spend at McDonald's or wherever, which is a total waste of time, and go and watch a play. Go and watch, go to a comedy show, stand-up comedy, connect with real live human beings, okay? Like this, that kind of thing. This is not, I love you guys, but this ultimately is second best, okay? We sit there like Bruce Almighty, okay? All right, we sit there, and all we're doing is taking in information and giving it out, but there's nothing in between. That's called thought. That's called creativity. Creativity takes time, okay? Ask Al Pacino or Rembrandt. They had to take time to create. That's the thing. If you take time to create, then the powers that be will not have any hold on you. Okay. They know how to do it with algorithms. Okay. They watch you all the time. I don't want to talk into Conspiracy, which actually is a good movie. It's with Mel Gibson. It's in the 90s. But your subconscious mind, feed it new stuff today. Okay. Again, I know I'm reiterating, but go to a play, go to the library. If there's nothing going on in your neighborhood, find another neighborhood. Okay. Make time for yourself. You're not just a walking cell phone. You're not a robot. Okay. Do something fun for your day. Okay. And then you're going to find new life. And guess what'll happen? Other people will see that. Specifically, casting directors, specifically me, specifically people that you want to hang around with, okay, that will feed you good quality education, inspiration. Go to a concert, okay, all right. Do something, because I'll tell you, those people that I named at the beginning of this, I don't know what I said. Julie Roberts, George Clooney, Reese Witherspoon, Robin Williams. I don't know what I said. But those kind of people, well, they're the lucky ones, David. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they modeled after somebody. I have a little card here. I'll send you a copy if you write to me. Otherwise, I can't. Okay. They modeled an expert. They took it seriously by immersing themselves totally and absolutely in the class, in the coaching, in whatever, okay? Like kind of like going swimming and learning how to swim, okay? And then they spaced it out in repetition. Well, every day, every Monday at 2:00, I have a ongoing session with David, Coach David, or Coach whoever, or whatever. Or every day at 6 in the morning, at least 3 times a week, I am currently going to the gym and I'm working out. First, I work on my upper self, and then I work on the lower. And then 1 or 2 days extra, I go there and do pure cardio. That way, give my body a rest. There are so many things that you can do that most people in other countries can't do. That's because, I know that America has a lot of problems, but every country does. But don't adopt that. That doesn't belong to you. You belong to you. So get out there and actually do something. And you can master something after a while if you study it. Just last night, I was talking to one of my new friends. He's traveled the world multiple times, and he's been in the service and everything else. He's a comedian. He's a singer. He's a songwriter. He's an actor. And he stays away from social media for the most part. Okay. Why? Because he's found something that he truly enjoys. If you want to, let me go over, there's like a lot of questions here. And we can talk more if you write to me. We'll jump on a Zoom call together. But Sharon June, I'll just say, successful working episodic actor. Theater will also be great. I like that. It's specific. If you're going to live life, be specific with what you're doing. Episodic, in other words, an episode. My wife and I are in a series called Gone, which is it's filmed in Kentucky and Florida. Okay, and we just finished well, they're still editing. Okay, but it's an episode. Okay, it's a very good episode. It was so much fun. But I want to become a movie actress in all kinds of films. Okay, narrow the field. Okay, otherwise you won't get to know yourself. And a lot of times, and I'll raise my hand, a lot of times we convince ourselves, I'm going to take the whole enchilada. I'm going to go to the Corral, which is an all-you-can-eat restaurant, and eat everything. Trust me, you don't want to do that. You get sick. Okay. Your enthusiasm is great. We can convince ourselves that we're going to be the best, absolute, wonderful, blankety blank blank in the whole wide world. But then we post it thinking that because we posted it, we did something. You did nothing. You did nothing. All you did was announce a blank little post box and the things that you're doing, and people go, hey, I'm for you. Hey, whatever. And you feel very good. But all you did was inflate your ego with a bunch of helium. And you talk like this all the time. Okay. So you've got to get out and do it. This is interesting from Nini Robin. You need to write to me. As a political scientist, I have developed a framework of setting an atmosphere of change. It's called Tree of Life Solutions Consulting Agency. That's wow. You see, you need to talk to me. Yeah, that's exciting. Quality app. Email me there, Nini. Okay. I'm trying to cover things as much as I can in the last 10 minutes or so. Looking at all these wonderful. Freya says, I enjoy several networking events to break things up. Oh my, that's so true. Networking events, mixers. Okay. Anybody understand what a mixer is? It's when you mix it up. It's when you go to a restaurant or usually a bar or a lounge or something, and you meet specific people for specific reasons. Photographers, actors, actresses, directors, they all meet. Why? Because they need connections. As they're learning, it's like the person here that was or is a nurse of 45 years. There's always something new to learn all the time. The moment you learn something, it's developing into something new. Okay. So don't think that you know it all. I don't know it all. And that's kind of boring anyway with that kind of attitude. You get lazy brain. It's so easy to do. But yeah, networking events is very true. And you can find them because nowadays with all the AI and stuff, which is fake, people are hungering and they hunger and they thirst for something real because we're not robots, okay? We're human beings. And we have a mind that works faster than AI. AI is a tool like a hammer and saw, but you don't want to idolize a hammer and saw, and that's pretty boring. Hey, I'm going to tell you about my hammer again. You've told me 16 times. Please, there's nothing more you can tell me about your hammer. Okay? Use your imagination. Okay? know,
You're freezing up. You're frozen.
Impressions coming. I love the impressions.
your talents, they hire you because of your skill level. Like being pregnant, okay? You don't see the baby yet, but it's kicking, okay? But your skills come from talents that are developed. And that's what people look at. So update your resume. If you're learning something new and you're really good at it after a while, hey, I learned this dialect. Hey, I learned how to shoot a gun. Hey, I learned how to ride a unicycle, whatever it is that you're taking up. Okay. You joined a gym, you're taking special classes for aerobics. I don't know. Put it on your skills, on your special skills that you have on your resume. That's what people look at. Yes, they look at your photograph. Make sure you have professional photographs. And if you can't afford it, you're affording something else. It's true. Called sacrifice. Okay. And then your acting reel. I help people, by the way, put together an acting reel, even if they don't have any current credits. Okay. So that's something we could talk about if you write to me. But and update your resume. Make sure though that if you are good at a skill, make sure you're good at it, because they could, you can juggle? Excellent. Here, juggle these three things. You better be able to do it. Otherwise, they will remember you, and not in a good way. Okay. So your skills, okay. Skill number one is not this. I can scroll. Well, that means you can blow your nose too. That's awesome. You have more inside of you than what you may think or what you may believe. Okay. Rob the Power Samson says, I just switched the wrist I wear on my, very cool. Listen, I just switched the wrist I wear my watch on. Is that the small habit breaking scenario you're talking about? Yes. Yes. If I wore it on my right, I'm comfortable. Wearing it on my left, I don't even have one on. That would feel so weird. But it would give you, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to send you, but you have to write to me. There's a thing, and some people will understand this. A lot of you, maybe you've heard of it before. Let me explain. Neuroplasticity. Okay. Plastic is flexible, right? Exactly. Okay. It's flexible, whether it be for covering food or whether it be this, a bottle of water after the water's gone. Okay. And it flexes in and out, right? Neuro, which is neuron, which is your brain. Okay. Neurons. The more you do creative things, the more it can flex back and forth. Your brain flexes like a muscle. It's not a muscle, but it flexes according to your thoughts, which is really almost science fiction, but it's true. It flexes. When you think something, it flexes. You can't actually see it. Not like the pilot of Star Trek, okay, boom, boom. But you can see, there's a difference going on up there. So the more creative you get and the more habits you change, and it takes time to do that, the happier you'll be, the healthier you'll be, and the more the smiling, the more energy you'll have, and people notice. Ultimately, people notice. They don't notice Eeyore. They notice Rabbit. Oh, well, I guess this is it. Okay. No, they notice Rabbit, or they notice Piglet. They notice energy, is what I'm saying. They notice energy. And if you don't have the energy, they'll blink twice and say, thank you for coming. You need to work on yourself. There's a tough love coaching session, but I do it myself. There's the only reason why I talk the way I do. And I do this for my students as well. But you gotta pick up your gauntlet. If you want to be in Tulsa King, if you want to be in Stranger Things, you need to educate yourself. This is not all, this business is not all about who has the most likes on Facebook, who has the most subscribers on YouTube. Those are just tools. They're not you. Those are just advertisements, okay? And it's so saturated. You don't want to be saturated. You want to stand out, okay? So you need to work on yourself. I need to work on myself. Okay. Constantly. Okay. And, you know, you can write to me, actingcoachdavid@gmail.com. Nini says something else. In your chisel class, we have to smile while lifting. Is that, Nini, are you talking about exercise?
Yes, it's our weightlifting class. It's chisel, and when we lift it, our instructor, she says, "Smile, smile, honey, smile," and you lifting like 20 pounds, and you like, ew.
Let me tell you something. Even today, okay, and this goes with what I suggested Rob Sampson got. Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger biography, okay. He said this, when he was younger, and he still does it, people would ask him as he's in the gym, okay, why are you smiling? He wasn't grimacing. He was actually smiling while he was lifting and working out.
Right.
And it was odd to people. Usually people are grunting and this and that, but he was actually lifting and smiling. Why? Because I love what I do. I love to work out. I love it, you know. So you're on the right track there, and so is your coach. So I just want to tell you that. Remember, oh, you're welcome. Actingcoachdavid@gmail.com. Okay. Again, I'm going to say this once more. Write down the kind of role that you want and then do what you need to do to study it. Okay. If it's a thriller, you're going to have to work on your calisthenics. Okay. It takes a lot of energy to be in a thriller, psychological thriller, or an action movie. It really does. And you need to know your body. Okay. Take time to know your body. All right. Stay off of the phone so much. Because the phone is just a tool. I mean, back in the day, I was born in the 20th century. I have yet to see somebody walking around with remember the old receivers, and holding them like this and talking while they're walking. Okay. That's kind of weird. You know, back in the day, you weren't on your phone all the time. It's a phone. This is not a phone. This is a computer. This is a device. It's not a phone. Hardly ever do we really talk on it like this, once in a while. But mostly it consumes our entire day, energy, and money. Okay? Anyway, enough of my tough love. I got some energy here, and I'm not sure why it's here. But trying to make a point, I guess. So, listen. Oh, good, Freya. Thank you for my second time in your class. I learned something new again. Check your history and your 99, because that's where you find opportunities as well. Okay. Write to me, actingcoachdavid@gmail.com. Check out my website, tamagroup.net, and all that. Okay. So yeah, get up and get going today. All right. And, I expect to hear from you. I hope I do anyway. So I'm going to let you go, and everybody have a wonderful, amazing, wherever you live at, have an amazing weekend. Okay.
Yes,
You too.
too. And I wanted to say one thing, please. Anything for 21 days becomes a habit.
I've heard that 21 days of consistency, right?
Yes, and I actually wrote a book about it. It's
Oh, you're an author too.
Yes, yes.
That's
And I wrote it.
an effort.
And I live streamed for 21 days, and I wrote the book, and it's based on 21 days. I mean,
That's so clever. I love that. That's branding. That's what that is.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome, Eugene. You have a great story. I'd like to hear more.
Oh, I got a story. Lots of them. Believe me.
Yeah, that's what acting is. You're a storyteller. So what's your story?
Yeah.
What's your story? And how
Actually,
do you...
there was a movie about my story too, by the way.
You can do that. I teach script writing as well. So, okay. I'm going to let everybody go. Enjoy.
Thank you, David.
All right.
Bye.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you, Coach David.
You as well, Julie.
book in this class again.